My name's Ned. This right here, this is my dog Jai, and today we're going to be talking about Power BI thin reports. In this video, I'm going to be covering 5 ways how you can make one, and then I'm also going to be telling you what they are in case you click this video and you don't actually know what a thin report is. In fact, that's where we're actually going to start. And the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be using a tool called Excalidraw. Now, Excalidraw has this ability for you to create these beautiful diagrams. And this guy, Miles Cole, has created some beautiful Microsoft Fabric icons. Now, let's talk about what happens when you upload a normal Power BI report to the Power BI service. What it'll do is it'll create a semantic model, and then it will create a linked report. Now, if you were to download this semantic model, it would download both the data model and the report. A thin report is a Microsoft Power BI report that is connected to a semantic model that's not linked to it at all. You can create one by just starting to build the report off the service, right? Or you can create one more specifically, like how we're going to do right now. Now, what is the advantage of this and why might you want to do it? Well, one reason is you might want to separate your data sets and your reports into two different workspaces. This offers a few different security advantages because you can set different permissions for the two different workspaces. However, a more interesting reason, or at least in my opinion, a better reason for doing this other than data security, not to say that's not important, is it allows you to use one data model for two reports. In other words, you start to create single sources of truth. And if you've worked with data for pretty much any period of time, you start to learn pretty quickly how important a single source of truth is to an analytics team or to someone that's doing reporting, because you will be called out for incorrect data so fast. So, with that out of the way, hopefully now you kind of understand what a thin report is. It's a report without a data model. And we're going to talk about how you can create one. In fact, I'm going to give you 5 different ways that you can create one. And they're going to range from kind of the easiest and I guess, maybe the simplest, all the way up to the most complex. Where we're gonna be editing Power BI PIBP files. So make sure to stay tuned for all 5 reasons. You ready? Let's jump in. So here we have my kind of junky, simple Power BI demo file. And as you can see, this demo file actually has a data model associated with it in Microsoft Power BI, right? So I have 2 tables and the data is stored in the same report file. Now, if I go ahead and I publish this file right here, right, all the way up to my workspace, and I go ahead and I publish it, what you'll see is it will create both a semantic model and a report, right? So let's take a look. Here we are back in the Power BI service, and it's going to take a second to load. And when we click into this, right, here we are back in the Power BI service. And if I go into my workspace, you'll see it created both a semantic model and a report. Now, a thin report would be if I were to go right here and I were to go to File, New Blank Report, click it, and here we go, it's loading. And then I were to go One Lake Catalog, right? And I were to select a semantic model that's not associated with this Power BI report. Now, when I go ahead and I hit connect right here, you'll see I don't have that same table view, and the data model, it's a direct query off of the existing Power BI semantic model. So this is the first way that you can create a thin report, starting from scratch. You already had a published Power BI model on the service. You connected to it with Power BI Desktop, or via the online tool, you click the new report button and you built one. Now, if you already had an existing report that you were then trying to split into a thin report, what you could then do is you could select all the visuals and you could basically rebuild the report from scratch in this Power BI file, right? Because all of the underlying data model is the exact same. It's just this report file doesn't actually include it, right? The next way that you could do this is perhaps a little bit more jarring, but if we don't save this, we go back into this original file, what you can do is you can actually just delete out every single query, right? And this is the second way that you can create a thin report, and it'll break the entire report. And then what you can do is you can go get data, and you can select the existing Power BI semantic model right there, and it'll bring the report back to life, and you'll see the table view disappear, and there you go. We've now created or we've now covered a second way of creating a thin report. So we've now covered two different ways. First way, publish data model, create report from scratch. Second way, delete existing data model, connect to other existing data model that you've already published. You now have two separate files. The next way that we're going to recover, you unfortunately need a Microsoft Pro or Fabric Capacity, and that is you have to have a different workspace. So my workspace won't work for this. You have to go over here into a workspace, and then what you can do is you can select a report. You can go file, download this file, and you can go download a copy of your report with a live connection to the data model and click download. And that right there will download a thin report. So if we go ahead and we open this up, what you will see is a thin report. Okay, we're now going to just kind of quickly breeze through the fourth one, right? Because it's also not very complex. You click the three dots right here, you save a copy, you save it in a different workspace as thin report, right? And then when you go over into that workspace, there it is. There is one flaw with this, and that is that when you go to the download button, you can no longer download this copy. So what that means is you've created a thin report on the Power BI service. You're just not going to be able to download that back into Power BI Desktop, which comes with a pretty big flaw. Which now brings me to my fifth and perhaps the more interesting and much more complex version of creating a thin report, and that is using Power BI project files. So jumping back into the computer, here is a project file, a Power BI project file for that thin report that we had created earlier. And the way I created this was I just went over here and I went into Microsoft Power BI, and then I went File, Save As, and I hit browse and browse as PBIP. Really, really simple. It's a preview feature though. At the moment, I think so you need to enable it. But once you do that, it will generate these files. Now, if you notice, and if you're familiar at all with PBIP file folder structure, if this was a full-fledged Power BI report, you would have the PBIX name.report, and then you have the PBIX name.semantic model. But if you notice, since it's a thin report, it just has the report folder. And then when you go into that folder, there's then this definition.pbir. If we then go right here and we go edit in Notepad++, what you'll then see is that this file right here is really just a connection file. So it has the connection string right up here, and then it has the Power BI dataset right here, and it's naming the connection type as the Power BI service. So, and this is where this gets really exciting. If we then go back over here and we open up our original simple Power BI template that had the actual data model, and we save that one as a Power BI report. So go back over here, and I have some stuff in here from earlier. So if we go ahead and we delete this out, and then we go into our one with the data model, right? So this is the full-fledged Power BI report. And we go right here and we go File, Save As. So repeating the same steps. Power BI project file. And we save this one as the normal report. And we hit save. What you'll notice is when we go into this folder, right here, we now have both the report with the definition and then the semantic model with the model itself. If we go and we look at that same definition PBIR thing right here in Notepad++, you'll notice it's referencing the folder, which means that if we go and we take this file right here and we point it to the service. So if we simply change the definition and then go back over here and we delete out the semantic model folder and we now open up this Power BI project file, Power BI will be smart enough to recognize that it is now a thin report right here, right? And direct query the service. So then we could simply go File, Save As, browse this device, and save it back as a PBIX. Now, this is by no means the most efficient way to create a thin report. However, I think it's the most interesting because you get to kind of see behind the hood or behind the curtains, I guess is probably a better term, how Power BI is actually working. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please subscribe, give the video a like. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.